way that I just sped home to my setup, I think your man Juan Gotti needs to go fill out a job application to be a NASCAR driver. Because I had to get home quick and in a hurry for this one right here. The Washington Commanders got another free agent splash, signing LAIVON CHAISSON to a 1-year, $12 million deal. Getting another young pass rusher.
Shout out to Juan Gotti Talking Sports. You know what it is. Shout out Juan Gotti Talking Sports.
The way that we live is not for everybody.
Psych! I always say it's not how they line up, it's how they wind up.
What's going on? It's your man Juan Gotti here, and we got breaking news at 9 in the morning. The Washington Commanders have signed yet another young pass rusher to bolster this defense. LAIVON CHAISSON just agreed to a 1-year, $12 million deal with the burgundy and gold. And man, when I say this, y'all need to apologize to Adam Peters. A lot of y'all was showing y'all true colors when I kept telling you all Adam Peters is trying. He's not moving as swiftly as we want him to, but he is looking right now. He is turning this defense around. A lot of y'all have continued to say prior to the age of time, one, we need to focus solely on defense. We need to get this defense figured out. What the hell has he done? He's done that the whole entire time. Securing the bag to Dape. Oh, and now he got LAIVON CHAISSON next to him, and then he brings back Dietrich back. Bro, you understand what this pass rushing room is about to be. It's filled with straight 26, 25, and 27-year-olds. Like the young guys, of course, with immense upside. LAIVON CHAISSON was on a lot of you all's radars, and I think it's because of what he was doing in New England, and he took his game a step further in the playoffs, and we was like, oh, for sure, New England's going to bring him back. There's no way in hell after the season he just turned in, they weren't going to bring him back, and they let him hit the free market. They let him hit the free market. And the Washington Commanders got him on a 1-year prove-it deal. Look, y'all know what this is, right? Y'all know exactly what this is, right? It's a 1-year, $12 million deal. He's 26 years old. If this man goes out next year and put up, let's say, 9.5, oh, he's getting a 3-year deal. You know Adam Peters let him 3-year deals. For a guy like him, though, I could see him getting a 4-year deal. Why? Because edge rusher is a premium position for one. And look at the age. They just paid Dape Owe 4 years, $100 million. I could see that same kind of contract for LAIVON CHAISSON if he has a season that we think he could have. See, a lot of y'all are upset because we didn't go out and get none of the top 4. The one thing that a lot of people have been trying to tell, fans that don't pay attention to Minnesota Vikings football, the one position on this defense that you can somewhat be average at is cornerback. Because the main players, the main pieces that put the defense over the top is the pass rushing, the edge rushers, the defensive linemen, the linebackers, and the safeties. Well, God damn it, Adam Peters has taken care of that in the first 3 days of the league. Getting the Dolphins away, getting Tim Sack, bringing in the Meek Roberts. Who, again, don't know who he is, and you're just going off of PFF rating. Shame on you. This man is an undersized demon. He forces turnovers. We haven't seen a peanut punch since Josh Norman. This man specializes in forcing freaking fumbles. He had a game last year, he had like 3 turnovers. Mikey, 9 turnovers in 2 years. This man's a 2-time Super Bowl champion. This man has been the Batman, the Robin to Nick Bosa. Batman and Robin. The same guy that had the whole Chris Jones economy on the sideline. 25 years old, pairing him up with Frankie Luvu. Him and Jordan McGee could be the future. Man, y'all got, man. Woo! Adam Peters is doing the damn thing. Mike is messing up. Is it good now? I gotta get a new cord. Are we back? Are we good? This is great, man. This is great. I like this 1-year prove-it deal for him because it allows him to come in, see what he can do, and at the end of the day, if it does not work out for Washington, all right, you wash your hands clean, and next year you're back in the market for another pass rush, or you may draft one next year, or you may draft one this year in the mid rounds that you can develop, and now you don't have to pay them. But I think we're good now at pass rush because you got a dog trade, you got Caleb, you got Drake Jackson, you got Devontae Jackson, you got DJ. That's 5 right there. Am I missing somebody? I don't think you need to touch pass rush. We're set. We're set. Mike sucks. Fix your audio. Hold on. I can't even hear. Hold on. I might Let me just do this right quick. The mic is cooked. It's that bad? Y'all can't hear me? Hold on. I'm gonna just do this right quick until I could get the mic. All right. So I switched microphones until I could go to my other mic. Hold on. But it's not. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be as wild as it was. It shouldn't be as wild as it was. Let me see something real quick. We good? We should be decent. All right, let's get it. All right. I'm gonna just rock out with the camera mic. It might not be as good as quality, but I can't find the cord for my backup mic. My main microphone, I gotta get a new aux cord. I mean a new if you got one of these, Jones, you know what I'm talking about. One of these, anyways. 1,000 times better. Okay, I apologize about that. Right here, let's get to the comment section because I agree with my man right here, Lamar. I said this after I seen us get I think it was Adolphe Owe, or when I seen Travis Etienne signed with the Saints, I seen Kenneth Walker signed with the Chiefs. I said, bro, they're making way for Jeremiah Love. And then you look at our moves, right? We're not being super aggressive with the running back market. So they're keeping their options open. Here's what I will say. The only threat, and this is a major threat because, man, imagine this backfield. The only threat is Tennessee at 4. And I can see Tennessee taking Jeremiah Love at 4, pairing him up with Cam Ward. They got Wan'Dale Robinson now, and obviously Brian Daboll is the offensive coordinator again. Like, I could see that. If he gets past 4, then he's a Washington Commander. So he says we're clearly getting Love or a receiver in the draft. It's one or the other, and AP still signing hopeful gems, not proven elite talent. That's what it is. So I'm confused. Are you happy that he got this signing or not? Like, I'm happy with it. Yes. Okay, we're not getting Max Crosby. We're never getting Max Crosby. I did not want to pay Trey Hendrickson the amount of money that he wants. I don't know what amount of money that he wants, but clearly it's not anything cheap because he would have been signed. It's probably a 2-year, 3-year deal, and he wants crazy money. We already just spent $100 million on Adolphe Owe. The fact that they just spent $100 million on Odafe Oweh and still was in the pass rusher market after? Come on. That in itself made me excited about this potential move. And you're getting a 25-year-old guy that just played in the Super Bowl, just had a hell of a season. Let me go ahead and see if we can find his stats. Trey signed to the Ravens. Oh, he just went to the Ravens. Yeah, I mean, look, shit, they had to do something. They had to do something after the failed Max Crosby little deal or whatever. That ain't no surprise. They had to do something. What's the money looking like? What's the money looking like for the What's the money looking like for Trey Hendrickson? 4 years? Oh, fuck no. We was not about to, we was never getting Trey Hendrickson. 4 years, $112 million, and he 31. Now, look, I'm not telling you he trash. Obviously, it's Trey Hendrickson. But, bro, I'm not paying. I'm sorry. I don't know. I know he had 17 and a half, 2 years in a row prior to him having that core injury last year and barely playing. I'm not paying no 30, 31-year-old pass rusher 4 years, $112 million, especially after you didn't play nothing, really much of anything last year, and we already just spent $100 million on Odafe Oweh. Hell nah. Your mic don't work. I switched the mic. It should be working. $112 million to the crowd. Says Trey got $114 million. Man, yeah, we was never in on that market. I like what we're doing, bro. I really do. Like, we have to understand our biggest complaints coming into this offseason was defense. The biggest thing that this team lacked at last year was defense. Even though we didn't have JD5 out there, and Mariota still had his moments where he was Mariota, he played well enough for us to not be 5-12. And the reason we was fucking 5-12 was because of this defense. If he had any semblance of a defense, we would have probably won 8 or 9 games. That Miami Dolphins game where we didn't put up much of any kind of points, we probably could have still won had we had a semblance of some defense. And that's a game where they actually played well. I can't even lie to you. I think of Kansas City. I think of so many games last year. This is a good move. And look, this gives him an opportunity to prove it to us. And then if you listen to this, I'm thinking futuristic wise, by the way. Think about it next year, where let's say he goes out and give us 9.5, 10 sacks, and you sign him to a similar deal like you did Odafe Oweh. Now you got two 27-year-old pass rushers for the next 4 years. You're getting them in the prime of their careers. This is a former first-round pick, by the way. I think a lot of people may forget that Jacksonville spent the top pick on this dude. But sometimes, as we often know, these players need a change of scenery, need to go to where they need to thrive. Not every player gets it at the same speed. We know that. So in Jacksonville, he didn't put up the best numbers, right? On his head, he only had 2 sacks as his career high in Jacksonville. But he went to Las Vegas in 24, played 1 year with them. He had significant production, getting 5 sacks, and then he signed last year with New England, 7.5 sacks. So you see what Adam Peters is doing, right? He's signing players when their trajectory is going up. So a lot of you all that's saying we're not signing proven elite players, you can't have the best of both worlds all the time. See, proven elite players and the age, it doesn't match up typically. And if it does, they're never going to become free. Example, that's like asking for us to get Justin Jefferson, who was 26? But he's a proven elite player. He's never going to become available because why would Minnesota ever let him go? So I'm making that point to say the people that's complaining about us not having proven elite players, but also want us to be younger at the same time, it's rare that is a possibility because most of the time those elite and young players don't come available. So it's either go veteran heavy and get proven guys that has a lot of trade off the ties, or tread on them tires rather, or get young, proven guys at the right time of their career. And I think that's what we're doing with Leo Chanel, Adafe Owe, and Caleb CHAISSON. Adafe Owe had 7.5 sacks with the Chargers. And he had 3 sacks in one game in a wild card game versus the Patriots. Clearly, Durante Jones and Adam Peters and Dan Quinn, they watched that wild card game very closely. I'm talking about that Sunday night game between the Chargers and the Patriots wild card game. Because now we got 2 pass rushers from that game. And both pass rushers that we got from that game was cooking. He had 3 sacks in the playoffs. Man, let me pull this shit up for y'all. For all the people that love, looking at the stats and don't all the time watch the game. Thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. Big 17. Appreciate you for the super chat. He says, what would it take to get Brian Thomas? Put him with Ayuk and hopefully add Love would put us in the mix, in my opinion. A big 17. Look, I would love that. I would love that more than anything. I thought it was a realistic possibility when I heard Jacksonville was trading him. However, it came out yesterday that they aren't really interested in trading Brian Thomas Jr. So I'm not saying it's over, but I don't know if we're going to get him. However, I would have loved to have Brian Thomas Jr., Terry McLaurin, Brandon Ayuk, Treylon Burks, Jay Lane, Lukey Pookie, Luke McCaffrey. And then, you get Jeremiah Love at side. That would have been perfect. But we just signed Jaquan Brisker. Oh! Hey, we cooking. We fucking cooking. Ooh. Hold on, bro. Don't lie to me now. Don't lie to me. I don't like lies. Don't lie to me. And I know you wouldn't lie to me, Futuristic. You wouldn't lie to me. I know you wouldn't. Oh, oh my God. Adam fucking Peters is cooking. Stop playing. Oh my God. Bro, this defense is about to be crazy. Hold on. Y'all know I trust Brandon. J Daniels MVP, my number 1 source. Hold on. Where's that? Are y'all trolling me? I don't see nothing. Nikki? Yo, hello? Am I getting trolled? Oh, who y'all just did that to me, bruh? What? I don't see nothing. Nikki, hello, Nikki. Where you at, Nikki? Hello. I just did all that big geeking shit and we ain't even sign him. Oh, I knew it was too good to be true. God damn, man. See, come on. I really thought we did that. Bro. Anyways, he talking about sounds like shit. I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't know my mic was messed up. Hold on. I gotta find that other cord. I don't know where the other cord is for this joke, bro. Is it right here? Bro, I really thought we did, bro. Y'all. I'm sorry. On my behalf, I got a little too happy. I thought, I saw it in the chat, but we didn't sign him, man. Look at Caleb on, man. Look at little Caleb on, man. Come on, man. All right. Back to what we know. Until we get confirmation or something. Captain, it's not official. All right. Okay. This gonna be the Commander season. Look, I feel it, bro. I feel it, bro. Like this, we are literally turning this defense around. We're setting this defense up. And look, here's the next thing I wanted to talk about too. Is this it right here? For the fans that are worried that we're not getting Jay and Daniels no help, listen, I understand the concern. I truly do. But think about it from this aspect of things too. And this isn't to say that we shouldn't get him any help, because we definitely need to. We don't need to be putting him out there with a retirement home. But think about how good he was in 24, and that was with no defense at all. So imagine if he had this kind of defense that we're putting together on paper. Imagine if he had this defense in 24. Imagine if he stayed healthy last year and he had this defense last year, what we would have done. So I'm not saying that to say we shouldn't upgrade receiver, because I definitely think we should. I'm not saying it to say we shouldn't get a tight end, because I think we should. I'm not saying that to say if Jeremiah Love is at 7, don't draft him, because we need to. But I'm saying he's never had a defense like this. So I know they say that they do a lot of things with Jay Daniels in mind, but what if they're indirectly doing this because of thinking this is going to help Jay Daniels out, getting stops, having a defense forcing turnovers, having a defense actually contribute, can not only in turn help Jay Daniels be more effective on the field, but for a lot of people that I don't have these concerns, but for a lot of people that have the injury concern of how much he's been, he's always out there and, wanting to keep him fresh. Think about it like that too. Now, again, this isn't me saying that we should not have, should not upgrade him at all, because I definitely think we should. But just think about it from that perspective, man. Think about it from that perspective. No. He said, love the content, brother, but next time. Nah, look, it ain't my hat that's creating static. All right, so look, I'm going to show y'all. I got an audio interface, okay? I got an audio interface, and this cord right here is what runs the power to the mic. I've had this cord for a minute, and it's long. So I probably done rolled over with my chair. I probably done stepped on it a million times, and it's created a shortage. So now I just got to go out and buy another auxiliary cord. But for the time being, I'm gonna see if I can switch back to my old microphone. Let me know if that's better. It said my man did say sign Reek. Hold on, let me take this out. Sign Reek, Mooney, Shaheed, or Wandale all still available. Stop panicking about offense. Nah, so okay. I mean, Wandale. Okay, so Rashid Shaheed re-signed with the Seahawks. He re-signed with the Seahawks. Wandale Robinson signed with the Titans. So Reek is still available. I don't think they would, depend on what he wants, but I don't see them going out and getting Tyreek Hill, honestly. Darnell Mooney wouldn't be bad. Tutu Atwell is still out there. We still can get a love. We still some quality players out there. We're getting Love or Tate at 7, and I'm with that. I'm fine with it. I told you I'm BPA at 7. And at this point, let me know if this sounds better or if it's better, chat. At this point, I'm fine with getting anybody at 7. I told you. I've been told y'all that. But CHAISSON is a 6'3", 255-pound demon. Man, I'm telling you. Let's look at his stats though, right quick. Because this is why Adam Peters signed him to a 1-year deal. Because let me show y'all. He signed him solely based off of trajectory, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this right here. So LAIVON CHAISSON, we can go full screen. Y'all don't need to see me for this. LAIVON CHAISSON regular season, okay? So we know in 2020 he was drafted by Jacksonville, right? 21 years old, wet behind the ears, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed guy. Not everybody comes into the league. Not everybody comes into the league and ready to perform at a high rate. Like everybody, right? Everybody's different. So he came into the league, little slow start, only putting up 1 sack in his rookie year, 1 pass deflection. Okay, cool. Year 2, not really much better. 1 sack again, no pass deflections, 20 tackles. Okay, cool. Blah blah blah. At this point, he had another sack in 2022. Another 1 sack season in 2022. He only played in 9 games in 2022. So at this point, Jacksonville's like, okay, we kind of see we whiffed on LAIVON CHAISSON, first-round draft pick. Okay, cool. The 2024 season, his final year in Jacksonville, he played in 15 games, right? Played in 15 games. Oh, excuse me. In his final year in Jacksonville in 2023, he played in all 17 games and he only managed to put up 2 sacks, only 1 pass deflection again. So again, Jacksonville's like, we whiffed on this pick. Okay, we're not gonna bring him back. Cool. So they let him walk in free agency. He goes to Las Vegas, and this is where I say everyone matures at a different rate. He's 25 years old now, and he got a few seasons under his belt. This is where his career started to turn for the better. He ends up going to Las Vegas for that one season, playing in 15 games. He managed to have 1 interception that year. He also had 1 pass deflection, and he also had 5 sacks. Okay, cool. 32 combined tackles, 19 solo tackles, 13 assisted, and 7 tackles for loss. This is a big one for me. I like this. I like this category right here. 7 tackles for loss, because again, as we know, what mainly with defensive tackles, because with edge rushers, stats matter for sure. Sacks matter, so stat sheet does matter at times. But if you ain't getting sacks, what you doing? What else you doing? Tackle for losses need to be high. He had 7 of them things in 24. Right? QB hits need to be high. He had 8 of them things in 2024. He also had 8 in Jacksonville to his last year. Now, this is where his career started to turn for the better. And this is why I say it depends about coaching. Who your coaching is, it matters. He got with Mike Vrabel. Like, I know I said y'all ain't have to see my face, but I want y'all to see my face now. Look, matter of fact, y'all don't need to see me. I'm gonna let y'all see this all up close and personal, all up in your face, all up in your space. Right? He played in 16 games last year, had 10 games started. He managed to get 7.5 sacks. Okay, cool. 7.5 sacks, that's cool. 2 pass deflections, 2 forced fumbles. Okay, cool. But remember, I just told you sacks ain't the end all be all for pass rushers. He had 10 tackles for loss. Not only did he have 10 tackles for loss, he had 18 QB hits. Let me say that one more time. 10 tackles for loss. So, hey, you ain't running. You think you try to run the ball on Caleb Vaughn, try to bounce it out to his side? He had 10 tackles for loss. He had 18 QB hits. I told you, if you ain't getting to the quarterback all the way, if you can't sack the quarterback, if you can't get him down to the ground, pause when I say this. Super pause. Pause when I say this. But the next thing you can do is make him feel it. Pause. Let him know you here. Let him know it's going to be a long day. Right? Hit him. Brush up on him. Get physical with the quarterback. Let him know, this ain't the day for you, buddy. You ain't going to be clean. That jersey going to get dirty. He had 18 of them things to pair up with his 7.5 sacks. And then you get to the playoffs. Y'all. You get to the playoffs. The one and only game that they played, or excuse me, they played in the Super Bowl, actually, I should say. I forgot. I'm thinking about Dafe Owe with the Chargers. He had 3 sacks in the playoff run with New England. So that wild card game, he got 3 sacks versus the Chargers, and he went sackless for the rest of the playoffs. But if you're thinking about it, right, they were the 2 seeds, so they played the Chargers. He had 3 sacks. Then they played the Texans. Come on, CJ Stroud absolutely was horrible that game. Their secondary was really feasting, honestly. Then they played the Broncos and Jarrett Stidham in the AFC Championship game. That was a defensive game too because of the weather. So he had 3 sacks in the postseason. Then he had 12 combined tackles. He had 7 solo tackles, 5 assisted, 4 tackles for loss, and guess what again? 10 QB hits. Now, I don't know if this is combined or if this is separate. I would believe since it's 2 different tabs, I would assume that they're separate, meaning he put up 28 QB hits. Come on, man. Come on, y'all. Come on, man. It makes sense. This is good. This is good right here. This is good. This is a 1-year prove-it deal for a guy that has the ability to cash in next year. I could really see this being Odafe Owe 2.0. Let's address this comment right here. It always got to be one of these people, man. Why do y'all always got to rain on the parade? Okay, we need a safety, but be happy that we doing something. We could be sitting here not doing nothing. Like, be happy. We still got the 7th overall pick. You know who's still going to be there at 7? Caleb Downs. So if we need a safety, that okay. But let me tell you something. Durante Jones' defense is going to be very similar to Brian Flores' defense. Meaning, the key contributors to this defense are the pass rushers, the linebackers, and the defensive tackles, and the safety. However, I will say this. Josh Metellus is good, right? But is Josh Metellus like the best in the world? Harrison Smith is 86 years old, and he's still out there hooping in Minnesota. So I say that to say, I know y'all don't want to hear this, and you're right. You're right. Caleb Downs does have, there is some knee concerns. There is some knee concerns with him. You're right about that. But I'm just saying, I'm only saying it because you said we need safety, and I'm thinking about what we can do in the draft if we don't get a safety, right? We could probably draft someone later, but that's like the one and only guy. That's like that dude, quote unquote, right? I know y'all don't want to hear this, but the lack of safety movement could mean I know y'all don't want to hear this shit. I know, but I gotta say it. It might mean that Quan Martin is going to be the starter. I know, Juan, boo, tomatoes. We don't want Quan. I get it. But he said he liked them. I know this may sound wild. I know y'all probably would have never thought in a million years. But if we don't do nothing at safety, that could just mean more for Jeremy Reeves too. I know Juan. Jeremy Reeves is a special teams guy. What are you talking about? They haven't done nothing at safety. Will Hurst. A lot of people believe he's a backup. I don't even know if we can make that statement yet, because he didn't play a full season. He broke his leg in week 3, came back late in the season. So are we really sure Will Hurst is not a starting safety in this league? Can we really come to that judgment? Is that fair to say? So I already got trolled earlier. Or I got, someone told me we signed Jaquan Brisker. I really fell for the bait, but we didn't. So I get it, but just stay down. Just be happy for what we're doing. A lot of people have that mindset of, like, I talked to so many people through the past few days, and I'm like, yeah, we got this, we got that, we're doing good. And their first response is, yeah, but we still need a safety. We still need a receiver. It's like, damn, like, people ain't never happy, ain't never satisfied, bro. Like, I'm not telling you we had the best team ever. So I get it. Like, we were 5-12. We need to improve. But damn, Slim, like, be happy that we got something. We could be the Eagles. We could be the Ravens. Like, not really being proactive, super proactive in free agency. The Packers, teams like that. Seattle, who just won a Super Bowl. So that makes us a reason why. But you get it? Like, we're doing stuff. Chris Carter. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys like this live stream. And make sure you guys click that link in the description and go subscribe to the Burgundy Breakdown. 4 of the best guys in this community, me, John from Ball and Burgundy Podcast, and Reedy and Z. We have our own show live on a channel, Burgundy Breakdown, where we go live. And we're going to be live tonight talking about all things Commander. So make sure you guys subscribe to that channel. Link is down below in the description. All you gotta do is hit that link in the description, hit that subscribe button. And y'all also always ask about my intro song. It is New Impressions, Rocker Hips. That song is in the description of every single video that I ever post. Thank you for the super chat. Chris Carter 974 says we still have 75 mil in cap space. More big moves are coming. It's time to win on and off the field. got that right, Chris. You got that right. Shout out to my man, Chris. My man, Kevin, the PRF. My guy. He says, at least right now, I feel 1,000 times better about the defense than I did 2 days ago. Look, I'm sure we all do. I'm sure we all feel 10,000 times better, 100,000 times better about this defense than we did 2 days ago. Because we just went from not having no pass rushers. We just went from having question marks at linebacker. I know y'all kind of iffy on the corner, so I can't even sit up here, even though I like Amik Robinson for what he can bring. I know a lot of y'all aren't, so I can't even sit up here and say we answered the questions completely at corner, because I know some of y'all still may have questions at corner. Me personally, I'm rocking with it. We realized that Johnny Newton ain't shit. I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I am, but he ain't nothing right now. So you got Javon, you got Deron, but who else? Right? Who else? You brought back Shy Tuttle. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and get Tim Settle back. Tim Settle, one of the best depth defensive linemen since entering league. Y'all remember him and Matt Ioannidis? Y'all remember how we used to talk about them too? We used to talk about them too in terms of saying things like, man, these dudes are so good as backups, they can go start on their own team somewhere else. When we had Deron, John, Matt Ioannidis, and Tim Settle, bringing him back, he's only 28. He's only 28. So, come on. Hey, look, we got a Michigan. We got a Michigan guy in here. We got somebody that live in Michigan. So for all the people that are nervous, listen to this. Shout out to my guy King Pop. I live in Michigan. I know what Amik can bring to this team. Look, I know what he can bring, because all you got to do is watch football. Like, in Detroit, at that, is one of the most watched teams in the league now, because they're good. Like, they're always on prime time. But a lot of fans, and it's no fault of their own. Like, they probably just don't care about other teams. That's fine. But like, if you watch in the NFL, you know what Amik Robinson can bring. Yes, he's undersized, but he's a ball magnet. He finds the football. So I know what he can bring. I know what he can bring. Make sure you guys, because I'm in the comment section. Y'all, we did just sign K'Lavon Chaisson, another pass rusher to pair up with Adafe Owe. We're going to be live here trying to see if we get any more moves done. But Lord says a potential offensive Terry, BTJ, Ayuk, Downs, White, Bill with Jayden will put up Hall of Fame numbers. I think you can remove BTJ from that conversation. As much as I would love to trade for Brian Thomas Jr., I don't think it's likely at this point. Y'all would probably see me do a million flips if we got Brian Thomas Jr. to pair with Brandon Ayuk. I'll be getting a little concerned. Let me check the temperature of the fan base right now. I'll be getting a little bit concerned about Brandon Ayuk not coming to Washington, how a lot of people thought he was like guaranteed to come in or not. See, I'm not really like, I was never really like super like huge on like wanting him in the first place, but I started to come around to it. But at the same time, I'm not panicking because he still hasn't been released yet. I don't know what's the holdup with San Francisco, what's going on with them. But when they release him, I expect us to be all in on him. But after he's released, and if it takes a couple days after that, then you could probably get a little bit concerned, like, maybe they're not all in on him how we thought, you know? But right now, I'm chilling. Sonny Styles is the second best defensive player in this draft. Downs best player in the draft, hands down. They said he is. But again, he quote unquote has this knee injury that basically can linger throughout his whole career. It's never going to be 100% healed. Don't know how true that is. Don't know how real that report is. However, that could hinder you from drafting a guy like Downs at 7. But instead, you would rather draft him. It depends. If we pass up on him at 7, that would be my reason and why they did that. And he'll probably continue to fall down to the draft boards, and he'll probably end up on a team that he had no business ending up on if that injury shit is real. If not, hands down, he's the pick at 7 if he's there. But let's go ahead for the people that are concerned about Amik Robinson. Let me go ahead and I know y'all, a lot of y'all probably ain't gonna be tripping off this. Y'all gonna be like, "Well, this ain't nothing." I get it, but I'm big on energy. I'm big on you know, what kind of mentality you have as a player. And this is DMV Sports Zone's page, by the way. Make sure you guys go follow my guys, Nasi and Dual, over there, DMV Sports Zone. I'm trying to find this clip here, of Amik Robinson. Like, basically, you know, let me see if I can type it in here. Amik Robinson. Maybe it was I just want y'all to hear how passionate this dude is. And I love guys like that, man. I really do. Robertson. So apparently the Colts were in on Trey Hendrickson. He says, I can't wait till we get Ayuk fans know nothing. After I saw Meek's tweaks, I was so we get love at 7. Watch, I'm all for it, man. Y'all know I was BPA since day one, and I'm all for it. I'm all for getting Jeremiah Love. Let me see something right quick. Of course, this is where he was one-on-one with Justin Jefferson. You know what I'm saying? Like one-on-one with one of the game's best, man. And he was holding his own. Hush. Jets. That's locks. That's locks, Jets. 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 That's locked. That's locked, Jets. That's locked. Oh. No, Jets. No. That's locks. Okay. This right here is what I wanted y'all to hit up. This is the one I wanted y'all to hear right here. Look.
I mean it from the bottom of my heart, man.
And I know we haven't seen him play yet. This is why I'm so right.
I don't know. I mean it from the bottom of my heart, man. I appreciate y'all, man, because y'all gave me a chance to showcase what I could do when they tried to bury me, dog. But they can't bury what comes from the dirt. Hey, let's get that big one, man. Let's keep on working, man. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all.
Hey, what my man say? Hold on. What my man say, bruh? No. Hold on. Bro. What my man say? You can't bury what came from the dirt. Bro, Lord, watch out, bro. St. Juice has never. Oh, you talking about locked up? You talking about locked up Jets? No, he played good against Jets. Okay, Jets still had 100 yards and like 2 touchdowns that night or that day. How long you live for? I don't know. As long as the comments continue to roll, I'll probably be here for a little minute. That's a ball right there. Yeah. Come on, man. You can't bury what came from the dirt, bro. Did the 49ers release Ayuk? Not yet. I haven't heard anything yet. LOL, you beat everyone to this. Even my real-time update places. Hey, that's what's up. Come on, man. Call me Juan Rappaport. Juan Schefter. Come on, man. Come on. You know what it is. He says, now I'm certain we're getting love. Look, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I was certain we was getting love after I seen other teams' transactions. The teams that were around us. Now, again, the only threat to us to getting love right now is probably Tennessee. Tennessee is our only threat to getting love right now. If we can somehow get past, he gets past 4, he's ours. He's ours for sure. But I do want to tell y'all this right quick. Tonight we're going live again, but I'm going live with my group, our group, the Burgundy Breakdown, Reedy and Z. Of course, let me go ahead and plug them. Y'all know Reedy and Z, man. 8,000 on Instagram. Y'all know them if y'all on IG. One of the biggest Commanders Instagram pages out there. That the Reedy and Z, and of course, the man that knows it all, John from Ball and Birdie Podcast. When I tell you guys, and I'm not even just plugging him because we have a group channel and we're gonna be live on that channel, Dr. Birdie Breakdown. This man knows draft. I'm not like draft shit. That this is his thing. I think John loves the draft more than he loves watching the Commanders play football. He knows the draft. I'm not surprised if he doesn't. If he knows every prospect. So if you guys want top tier draft coverage, especially with us being at 7, go subscribe to the Burgundy Breakdown or the Ball and Burgundy Podcast as well too. His link is in the description. But tonight we'll be live on our group page, the Burgundy Breakdown. Make sure you guys show them all some love, man. Those are the fellas. And go get our numbers up here, man. Get our numbers up here. The Burgundy Breakdown. Why y'all in? The link is in the description. Link is in the description. But man, let's get back to the comment section. I thought it was gonna take me to it. Let me do this right quick. Let's get back to the comment section here. Let me just plug this right quick, y'all, while y'all in here. Tonight we'll be live again on the Burgundy Breakdown channel, the group channel, with me, Reedy, and Z, and John from Ball and Birdie Podcast. But let's get back to the comment section. I'm gonna leave this up here for a quick second here, so y'all can go rush that. The link is in my description. All you gotta do is hit the description link. Let's see here. This is a good one. This is a good one. We're gonna end up drafting a center. This is a good one right here. Good point, Coach G. If there was anything that I would have concerns about Adam Peters right now, maybe he shouldn't have cut Tyler Biadasz. Maybe. Now, I'm not saying it from the standpoint of Tyler Biadasz being like irreplaceable, because he is. He's replaceable. He was not amazing last year. But what I think they did, they had made up in their mind, okay, we're going to cut Tyler Biadasz and we're going to make a beeline straight for Tyler Lindenbaum. That's what they had in their mind. And once they realized, oh, hell no, he wants $27 million a year? Oh, hell no. Las Vegas, y'all can have him. Because remember, we made an offer. But they outbidded us. So I'm assuming that we probably was paying him 24, 25 mil. And I'm not going to lie to y'all. Maybe I'm just stuck in like 2018, but like, I don't want my center making 25 mil a year. Like that's just OC money. That's OC money for a center, bro. Like our plan, I'm not going to lie. I'm low-key glad that he didn't accept us and he went to Las Vegas, because our free agency probably would have looked so different right now. had we actually signed Tyler Lindenbaum, we probably wouldn't have been able to. Well, we probably could have still got Caleb on CHAISSON and probably still could have got Dafe Owe, but it would look so different right now. So I would definitely, I'm kind of glad we didn't get him. On that same note, y'all know we made an offer to Alec Pierce too, and he just chose to go back to Indianapolis. We actually offered Alec Pierce more money than Indianapolis. He just chose Indianapolis. And you know what? You know what I say to that? I'm damn happy he chose Indianapolis. Not that I think he's a bad receiver, but he just wasn't. He just wasn't somebody I wanted to pay 100. And well, if he ended up signing 116 million with Indianapolis, and we offered him more, that means we probably offered him 120 mil or something like that. And I don't know if I would have been happy with that. I'm not gonna lie. He's good, but I don't know. I like where we're going. I like what we're doing, man. I like that all these other players turned us down. Like Romeo Dobbs yesterday, he signed with New England. We offered him. He just didn't pick us. So a lot of people are like, AP, what are you doing offensively? What are you doing offensively? Shit, he's trying to get these top players. They're just not offering. They're not accepting our offer. And Adam Peters isn't about to go out his way to overpay for these guys. Because the same way that y'all want him to get every free agent that's moving, y'all are going to be the same fans that are crying and complaining if he was to sign Romeo Dobbs to a 3-year deal and he doesn't produce. Sign Reek Willen to a 3-4 year deal and he doesn't produce and get beat. Y'all going to be like, well, damn, AP stupid. So it's really a lose-lose situation for him. So I love his thought process throughout this whole free agency. Devlin. Hopefully I said that right. If I didn't, I apologize. Tennessee, Giants, and Arizona. If we really want love, we need to trade up to the Jets. No. We're not Saquon Barkley in this. And I only say that because Saquon Barkley is the last running back I've seen take at 2, and that's because the Giants actually had to pick at 2. No. The Giants are going to take a receiver. I'm 100% confident in that. I'm gonna say 100% confident in that. I am. I know they got Likely. I know they got Malik Neighbors, but bro, that offense is going to be nasty if they get another receiver. And I think they're going to draft the receiver. As much as that pains me to say, because now we're going to have to deal with Malik and probably Carnell or maybe Jordan Tyson, one of those guys, for the next however many years. That's what I think the Giants are going to do. I think Arizona, they already got 2 running backs. They re-signed James Conner. They got Tyler Algier. They're not drafting Jeremiah Love. They're not. Tennessee is the only threat. The Jets are taking Arvell Reese. Now, look, as much as I love Jeremiah Love, if the Jets take him at 2, shit, y'all can have him. If y'all that geeking for him, and y'all just franchise tag Breece Hall, y'all can have him. But they're not doing that because they franchise tag Breece Hall, right? And they may extend him next year. So they're probably not gonna do that. And you know how these first round contracts, especially the number 2 overall pick, his money gonna be OC on a rookie deal. So the Jets aren't taking Jeremiah Love. The Cardinals not taking Jeremiah Love. Giants aren't taking Jeremiah Love. You know they love Cam Scatterbo, by the way. So the only threat is Tennessee. Can we get Max? Max, is that Max? No. I mean, I'm not going to say no, we can't get Max. However, I'm just going to say that I'm good. Well, actually, I'm going to say no, we can't get Max because I know when he's healthy, he's still going to want that bag. And I think you still got to trade for him. So, no, we can't get Max. Ravens just inked the deal with Trey Hendrickson. Yes, and I saw that. And I think, bro, 4 years, $112 million. I feel like this is a panic signing. It's a panic signing by them. I'm not going to lie. And I can't blame them because their first plan A was Max Crosby. Now you got to sign Trey Hendrickson, who's 30+ to a 4-year deal. Not saying that he's not worth it, because of his production in the past was great, but he didn't play last year, and he's 30+, and you give him $112 million. I don't know. Hey, yes, sir. Shout out my man, Coach G. Me too, Juan. Folks chasing names and spending too damn much. Exactly. Look, just because you got it, don't mean you gotta spend it all. That's what Dan Snyder did. He chased the names. Hey, guys, make sure you guys subscribe to my group channel, The Burgundy Breakdown. Of course, me, Reedy, and Z, John from Ball and Burgundy Podcast. We're going live tonight. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Link is down below in the description. LOL, I'm catching up. LOL, I love Trey Hendrickson reaction and can't agree more. Yeah, man. Look, I don't know. I'm not saying Juan Santana, shout out that futuristic. I'm not saying that he's a bad player. He's still probably really good, but 4 years, $112 million at that age is crazy. But that's a panic signing, I think. If Titans don't get him, look, Titans is our only threat. Literally, to getting stopping us from getting Jeremiah Love. Man, imagine that backfield though. J.N. Daniels, Sadiq at 7. That's the tight end, right? Somebody just thought, if you talking about the tight end, Dave, I think I wouldn't be mad at it. Is it my first choice? Nah, but like getting a tight end, I believe that's who you talking about. If you still in this, Joe. Look, I'm all for whatever we do at 7, man. I really am. I think we can't go wrong. Get us Nick Cross. Don't hold your. I mean, don't think we can't. Look, we might. Juan, morning from Cali. Woke up to some good news. We drafting Love. I'm calling it today. I love the energy. I'm just going back through the comments. My man, LaRon, member of the Gotti gang. Make sure y'all subscribe. I mean, make sure y'all become a member of the Gotti gang if you haven't already. Leo Chanel, or I call him Chanel. Until they say I'm saying it wrong, he's Chanel. Chanel signing big Ross player that can cover and tackle. Yeah, y'all know AP love them Ross scores. Y'all know he love them Ross scores. All right, I'm catching up in the comments. Keep commenting. I'm reading. This is y'all time to take over the show. The excitement level of getting LAIVON, CHAISSON, and also Adafe Owe. Make sure y'all subscribe to the Burgundy Breakdown. Let's go back to Twitter here, see if there's any other news. Make sure y'all follow me on Twitter too, Juan Gotti Talking Sports, and Instagram at Juan Gotti Talking Sports as well. Let's see here. Need another quality starting cornerback. I don't see them doing that for the simple fact that the kind of defensive style that they're running. The Commanders are back to having full first-round picks on their defensive line with LAIVON, CHAISSON, Adafe Owe, and Deron Payne, and Javon Kinlaw, and Saab. This may be the actual full first-round picks that we actually needed. Remember? It was Chase Young, Montez Sweat, Deron Payne, Jonathan Allen. Oh, the full first-round picks. This vaunted defensive line. Nah. This may be the real vaunted front four first-round picks that we needed. Why the hell is Frankie Louvu's name trending on Twitter right now? Can y'all see? I don't think y'all can see that because of the overlay. Hold on. What Frankie Louvu up to? Why Frankie Louvu name trending on Twitter, y'all? Hold up. Let me remove the overlay right quick so y'all can see this. Why is Oos' name trending on Twitter? It's Jaquan Brisker. It's Jaquan Brisker and Frankie Louvu trending on Twitter. Let me see what's up with little Oos right quick, because what's going on, man? Hold on, yeah, that's what's going on with little Oos, man. Hold on, let me go see why Oos trending on Twitter right quick. Let's see. It's probably nothing but Louvu. Let's see what they talking about. Okay. It's none. I thought something happened. Just realized I swapped Chanel and Louvu, scrapped the whole graphic. Okay, it's nothing. Why is Jaquan Brisker name trending on Twitter? Let's see. Rick Willing the Eagle. Okay. It ain't nothing. But I'm in the comment section, y'all. So whatever y'all got to say, LAIVON, CHAISSON is signing a 1-year deal with the Commanders, another edge for Washington. So we got 2 young pass rushers, of course. Here's our free agency so far. Okay, re-signings. Tressway, Andrew Wiley, Nick Allegretti, Dietrich Wise, Shad Tuttle, Marcus Mariota, Drake Jackson, Jake Moody, and Treylon Burks. Extensions, Laramie Tunsil. So it was a 2-year, $60 million deal for Laramie. And his signings has been cornerback Amik Robinson, defensive end Adafe Owe, Tim Settle, Leo Chanel, and obviously now you can add LAIVON, CHAISSON to that name. To that list. And I don't think we're done. But I'm in the comment section. Make sure you guys comment. I'm reading everything. Make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications. It's your man Juan Gotti here. We're on the road to 12,000 subscribers. So it'd be greatly appreciated. They're not trading Louvu for VTJ, are they? Nah, they wouldn't do that. But what if they did though? Because Louvu's on this is last year's deal, so I don't think Jacksonville would do that. But like, just say hypothetically, right? As much as I'm like they wouldn't do that, like that's not even. I wouldn't even be mad because now you basically turning the reins over to Leo Chanel and Joel McGee as your 2-star linebackers, and they're young as hell. And then you get BCJ, but they're not trading BCJ, at least not now. I think at worst or at best, he probably gets traded at the deadline. If he doesn't have a good season starting out next year, they'll probably get him at the deadline. Brisker trending, obviously, we're hungry to get a safety. It depends on the type of running back, no BS. I bring back Jacob Mond, good on special teams and in the locker room, get 4 or 5 sacks out of your 5th edge rusher. I would too, Johnson. I would too. Here's our pass rushers now, if I can remember off the top of my head without looking at the roster. So LAIVON, Adafe, Javonte Jean-Baptiste, Dietrich Wise, and there's one more I'm missing. Oh, Dorrance Armstrong. Am I missing one more? Do we got 6 instead? Now, out of them 5 I just named, Javonte Jean-Baptiste is a 7th-round pick. He doesn't have to make this roster. So I say that to say you could still Drake Jackson. I forgot about Drake Jackson. So we got 6 pass rushers. So LAIVON, Adafe, Drake Jackson, Jacob I just fucked myself up again. We got 6 pass rushers. Theoretically, Drake Jackson's gonna be back. He doesn't necessarily have to stay here, but they extended him because they like the potential. But again, he could be a camp tryouter, and he just doesn't have to make the final roster. Right? Same with Javonte Jean-Baptiste, meaning they could still theoretically bring back Jacob Martin too. Latest post, Lamar's contract got restructured. Interesting. Not our problems. I'm good. We down the other way. We down the other way with it. That's going up. That's going up north. We 45 minutes to an hour the other way. We ain't worried about their problems. Louvu had a garbage season last year. He's bad at fundamentals of a linebacker. We should trade him for a guy like BTJ 100%. Now, of course, you think about it from the perspective of our team. Of course, we're like, shit. Yeah, you can have Louvu. Shit, I didn't see us throwing Johnny Newton and a pick for a beat. Like, of course, we're thinking about it from our perspective. But Jacksonville's perspective probably ain't on that. They like, oh, this BTJ. This is a guy that was just one of the best rookie receivers. Only going into his 3rd year. We need something. If Louvu had maybe another year on his contract deal, maybe, right? But again, just because he's on the final year of his deal doesn't stop you from trading for a guy like him. But I don't see Washington doing that. And although he was not good last year and he maybe lacked fundamentals, in this defense, he doesn't have to think. He can just play. He can just play fast, be free, and be the oos that he was in 2024. So I say that to say he probably is going to turn up again under Daronte Jones' defense. AP applying pressure. He is, man. He is. When we get in time, when we get them Arizona State boys, I don't know. We gonna see. I'm still a part of the people that are saying that we should get that we're gonna get Brandon Ayuk. So I still think it's gonna happen. Rachaad White, the fact that he doesn't have a market right now is a little interesting. So I think that's why they haven't signed him yet or made an offer to him yet that we know is public, because he doesn't necessarily have a market. But while we're at it, let's just look at the top remaining NFL free agents. Let's just see who's still out there. Can we get a tracker for 40 minutes ago? Yeah, 48 minutes ago. Okay. So the top remaining free agents is Kyler Murray, Stephon Diggs, Marshawn Lattimore, Jermaine Pratt, Dallas Goedert, Javion Clowney, Jawan Jennings. So this is when you start to get the players that Washington could be interested in. Jawan Jennings, his projected contract is 3 years, $18 million AAV. Potential landing spots are obviously going back to the 49ers, the Titans, and the Raiders. So we're not even in that conversation. Deebo Samuel still out there? Do you think they bring back Deebo? Is the door? Do y'all think the door is completely shut on Deebo Samuel? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. His projected AAV is 3 years, 17.6 mil. Let me see how much that is over 3 years. I don't got Deebo signing a 3 year, $17 million deal. I got him maybe signing a 2-year deal with a little bit more AAV. But let's just do 17.6 divided by 3. That's $5 million a year. I don't know if Deebo's signing no $5 million a year. And maybe that's why he hasn't been signed yet. Because he probably is viewing himself as more than a $5 million a year receiver. And that's probably why he hasn't been signed. So maybe this is the realistic market for him. He's going to eventually have to settle. I could see him settling for another 1-year deal so he can try to prove it. But man, you 30. You get up there, you 30, you 31 years old. So it's a little tough. But the potential landing spots for Deebo is Commanders, of course, obviously. So that's another thing to think about. Let's see. Bobby Wagner. He's not coming back here. Here's an interesting one. David Njoku. I liked David Njoku. I said we should bring him in. That's an interesting name. We're not one of the potential landing spots, but if you don't want to invest so much in the tight end, but you still want to have an upgraded asset to that room, David Njoku could be an interesting name. That could be an interesting one. But those are some of the top remaining free agents. Let me see if Spock Chart has it all up to date, because I want to see like all the remaining free agents right quick. Audio messed up. Hold on. Let me see. Yeah, the audio was messed up for the first 8 minutes. Playing Deebo. We might. The audio is fine. Okay, yeah, they might be watching from the beginning. Yeah, the audio. I did not know the audio was messed up like that in the beginning. I ain't gonna lie. So I might have to either cut that out or put a timestamp for people. Let me see if there's a way I could look at the free agents right quick, because I want to see who's still remaining. That could be Washington's unrestricted free agent. So right now, these are all the players that have been signed. Man, let's go available. Yeah, available. Okay, right here. Okay, so here are the top remaining free agents available. The audio's good now. All right, bet. Here's the top remaining free agents, by the way. And then I'm gonna get back to the comment section. Tyreek Hill. I mean, look, it's Tyreek Hill at the end of the day. So I personally wouldn't mind if I don't got them going out getting a 32-year-old receiver, especially where he's probably going to want more than what he probably deserves or commanding at this point. Deebo is still out there, of course, as we just mentioned. David Njoku, Jonnu Smith is interesting. Dre Greenlaw, 28 years old. Maybe his best football is behind him. If you want to bring in one more linebacker, maybe, but I doubt it. De'Ami Brown, is 26 years old. He's still out there. I wouldn't be opposed to a De'Ami Brown reunion. I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't be mad at it. I would not be mad at it. Tutu Atwell is another interesting one. 26 years old again. Same as De'Ami Brown. Wouldn't be mad at it. When you talk about deep threats, when you talk about speedy guys and needing to take the top off of defense and get behind the defense, De'Ami Brown did it. Tutu Atwell did it. Wouldn't mind that. Taysom Hill, 35 years old. Damn, I didn't know he was that old. Let's see. Curtis Samuel. Nah, I'm cool. What about this? What about a Hollywood Brown signing? Why hasn't nobody been talking about Hollywood Brown? Hollywood Brown, deep threat. That's interesting, and I feel like he got robbed last year because I feel like because the first year he was hurt, right? Then the last year with Kansas City, Pat Mahomes was hurt, and they were just having a down year. Wouldn't be mad at a Hollywood Brown signing. That's an interesting name. I agree, Sweezy. That's why I wanted him back. But I agree with you. Debo with our healthy roster could do something this year. I agree 100%. I really do. I'm going to keep saying this. I'm going to keep saying it to speak it into existence. A Okonkwo at tight end. I agree. I would love Chiggy. Ayuk at receiver. I've came around to it. Darnell Mooney. I'm fine with it. Mooney's fast, had 1K yards last season. Rashad White plus C-Rod at running back. Offense would be legit headed into the draft. I like those moves. My only thing would probably be I probably would replace Mooney with, Hollywood Brown or Tutu Atwell or De'Ami Brown. I would probably prefer them, even though he had 1,000 yards last year. Okay, let's take De'Ami Brown out of that conversation. I probably would like Tutu Atwell more, or maybe who's the other one I said? Hollywood. Taquan Thornton re-signed with the Chiefs, Kevin PRF. And Rashad White, I like him. If our mindset is continuing to bolster this defense and we don't have, not gonna say interest, but we don't believe we don't believe Jeremiah Love is gonna get to 7, then I could see us doing that and then drafting a defensive player at 7. So I can see it. But let's see here. Let's see some more free agents here. Anybody that tickles our fancy. We already talked about Jawan Jennings. That seems like a Commander signing. But him not being signed right now, I think tells you that he believes he is worth more than what he actually is. Antonio Gibson's a free agent, and Gibby. He's still recovering from the ACL tear, though. Greg Dortch is an interesting name. He was really good in Arizona, too. I don't know why Caleb CHAISSON is still up there. I mean, it did just happen, but I don't know. I'm not really seeing too many because I'm just really looking at. I'm really just looking for receivers right now. I'm not really looking at. I don't really see too many offensive weapons that I'm intrigued by. If I'm being honest, it's a handful, but not really that many. Yeah, y'all. I think free agency for us. I think I think offensively we about to go attack the draft because it ain't nothing. I don't see nothing that I really like. Besides, obviously a couple guys like Tutu, David Njoku, and all those Hollywood Brown, De'Ami Brown, those guys. But other than that, nothing crazy. So I think we're probably going to either end up dealing with the draft or we talking about that gum though. My fault, chat. Curtis Samuel. He's talking about Curtis Samuel. Nah, I'm cool. Got me laughing. Yeah, I'm cool on little Kirko, man. He was all right. He was all right here, but nothing crazy. So, all right, y'all. That seems like it for right now. We done got quiet again. So, big news to kick off the morning. And Van Jefferson's an interesting one too, Phil. I like that. Saints and Chiefs are out of the RB market. Yep, they are. So that means that the only threat to us getting Love at 7 is literally the Titans. If he gets past the Titans, I think we're going to be good. But This won't be the last time you see my face today, but I'm going to step to the side for now. Washington has signed yet another really, really intriguing young pass rusher. But I'll be back later. This is not the last time you're going to see me. We're going to see me tonight for the Burgundy Breakdown, our group channel. Link is down below in the description. Please come over there, subscribe to the channel, and show us some love. We'll be kicking off around 7:30. And, of course, y'all know I'm going to be back regardless because this ain't the last time. I know there's going to be more moves that's going to happen today. But Adam Peters is continuing to cook, and I love it, man. But that being said, it's always been boy Juan Gotti. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to step to the side for now. I love each and every one of y'all. Y'all have a blessed one. Stay safe. Peace. Gotti, AP train for wide receiver BTJ. Hey, man, I hope so. That is literally going to be the cherry on top. But I love y'all. Catch y'all later. I'm out. Peace.